Good morning, everyone. This is Britt with Organic Guys, and I want to talk to you guys today about temperature and freezing and what you can grow in Central Florida in the wintertime. I'm standing in front of my cava, which you can see is completely devastated by the cold. And right next to that is my avocado, or my mango, I mean. And you can see the mango tree has no damage at all. Here on our little urban farm, we turned on the sprinklers at 3 in the morning when it got to 32 degrees, and we kept the sprinklers running until the temperature warmed up. We had icicles all over the place. Here's my jackfruit. Jackfruit really grow in South Florida, so it took a pretty hard hit. And we also have a sapote. You can see it took a hard hit. You can see my cotton is dead. The wasabi held up pretty good. And a lot of these baby seedlings, like the marigolds can't take cold at all. Watering them down with sprinklers won't help. Zucchini and squash, you have to bring those things in. And of course, take a look at my tomato plants. You'll see they're just totally wrecked. Of course, we harvested the tomatoes right before the freeze. So we got about 16 pounds of fresh tomatoes in the house. But onions are completely safe from cold weather here in Central Florida. You can see romaine lettuce is good. All your broccolis and cauliflowers and brassicas are good. You can see even with the sprinklers going and the ice to protect them, didn't protect the beets very much. And the bok choy got a little bit of damage. And of course the raspberry took a little damage. We'll have to cut that off. All the green beans and cucumbers on this fence line, they're completely toast. You can still see some foot-long green beans hanging, but the plants are dead. But my strawberries, for hundreds of years or however long Florida's been growing strawberries, if you just turn on your sprinklers and ice them down, it'll protect them. You can see they're beautiful and green and got no damage. See even some baby strawberries coming on. It looks like the sprinklers might have even protected the pineapple a little bit. They look okay. And the calendula, it's got a little damage, mostly the new growth. And these beets fared well a little bit better. And you can see my glass corn that I was so excited about. It didn't do very well. But you look at things like the broccoli and the cauliflower, they're not affected by the cold at all. Even the celery, they're gorgeous. They're healthy as can be, no effect. My comfrey, it got a little bit of damage. Like I said, it reached about 30 degrees by morning, which in this part of Florida doesn't hurt palm trees very much. Most palm trees, it has to go below 30 degrees before it hurts them. So you guys know that for next year. My German chamomile, you can see, took the cold very well. But now my broccoli rabe, it took a little bit of damage. You can see there. Of course, all the impatiens and the pretty flowers that I keep on the edge of the road are all damaged. My avocado tree looks like it's okay, and these black olives, they were falling over with ice on them. They took a little damage. My dragon fruit, it seems to be okay. And my mandarin, you know, citrus trees do freeze in Florida. It normally has to go below 30 degrees to kill them, which mine were iced down so they didn't go below 32. And you can see my stevia got damaged. And of course all the peppers. Peppers are real sensitive. My ginger and my turmeric, they got a little bit of damage. My Barbados cherry looks like it's fine. And of course, all the blueberries are fine. Blueberries grow all the way up north, so they don't mind the cold. They're like a deciduous tree. They can drop their leaves and start all over again. Let me see here. Of course, all the baby broccoli and baby kale was okay. And looks like all the leaf lettuce is okay. And the ornamental poppies. These baby tomatoes, I brought them inside in the garage. And these snapdragons, I brought them in. We've got chives, and they took it okay. You can see my mint took quite a bit of damage. And these marigolds, even though they got flowers on them, they're toast. And if we go over to my succulents, you'll see that evidently succulents, most of them can take pretty cold temperatures. There's a few in the mix that got a little damage. They don't like the cold. Of course, my wasabi comes from Japan, and it can get cold there, and they took the cold well, and the carrots took the cold well. My toothache plants looks like they're shot. And of course my loofah, it's all dead, but you can see one giant green loofah just hanging there. That baby's about 3 feet long. And the best thing you can do if you're container gardening, bring your tomatoes and squash and cucumbers and peppers. Bring all those things indoors, because icing them down is not going to protect them. This time of year, you can grow anything in Florida, especially South Florida. I don't think they had to worry about freezing like we did here. You see my soursop tree. That normally grows in South Florida, and it took a lot of damage. I hope it makes it. All my rosemary plants look good. Rosemary can take the cold. Usually it only stays cold here for maybe 2 or 3 hours. This time it stayed cold a little bit longer, so we took a little bit more damage. But gardening in Central Florida and South Florida, it's the best in the wintertime, even when we get a freeze. Here's my little African violet. I brought that thing in, so it don't have any damage. And that's it. Good luck replanting if you lost any plants in the freeze. And my next video, I'll be showing you the 14 pounds of tomatoes we harvested right before the freeze. This is Britt with Organic Guys, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.